The Democratic Party continues to play this blame game, and I'm just so over it. I'm like so over it. I'm so tired of just like the constant blame game, blame game, blame game. And by the looks of it, I wouldn't be surprised if the Republicans got the presidential candidate to win another 4 years after Trump. Like, I would not be surprised the rate that it's going, because we're exerting so much energy. I'm not even going to say we. They are exerting so much energy and trying to figure out whose fault is it the fact that VP Harris did not win, rather than going back to the drawing board to strategize in order to win in 2028. Like, what are we talking about here? Before we begin today's video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We're going to go ahead and get straight into this video. As we see, this is NBC News, where Senator-elect Adam Schiff, he's a Democrat-elect for the state of California. That seat was actually a highly competitive seat. He ended up winning. I personally do not want him to win, but I'm not in the state of California and didn't vote for him anyway, so it's like, it doesn't. Anyways, he is on NBC News. We're going to watch the entire clip. It's about 3 minutes long. I haven't seen this yet, but it is titled, "Entire Democratic Party Bears Responsibility for Kamala Harris's Loss." Like I was saying before, I think so many people, specifically within the Democratic Party, emotions are so heightened to the point where they're just pointing fingers. I could promise you one thing: Joe Biden isn't the only reason why VP Harris lost. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I could list you 5 reasons why VP Harris lost. Joe Biden being one of them, the DNC/establishment being another one, VP Harris herself being another one, her strategy team. I don't know who on God's green earth thought it was a good idea to make abortion the pinpoint of your campaign, because I could have told you that for free without the consulting fee. Lastly, the lack of social awareness that VP Harris's campaign had, like certain things that you were doing, and I'm saying you in regards to her and her team where they went wrong, certain things that you're pulling off. I'm like, yo, are you not reading the room? Like Oprah, really? Beyonce, really? No tea, no shade to none of them. I'm just saying, like, have you not been reading the room lately? Let's go ahead and watch this video.
I want to turn now to the results of the 2024 election and talk a little bit about what you think may have gone wrong. You joined this program a month before the election, and you talked about Vice President Harris's chances of winning. Take a look at this.
By the standards of today, I think she can win overwhelmingly. Given how divided the country is, overwhelming may be winning by 100,000 votes or 80,000 votes in these key battleground states. I think that's within her capacity to do. So I think we are well poised to win this thing, but it is still scary close.
Why do you think that Kamala Harris...
Yo, this is what I mean when I tell you these people are so out of touch with reality. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like, no one in their right state of mind would have told you she would have won overwhelmingly. Everybody who was in touch with reality and knew, and people who are actually on the ground, maybe my advantage point is because of like the field that I work in, and also like the scope and information that I have from a different perspective and a different angle. So I'm willing to put that out there as well. But also, it's like people like Adam Schiff, you're in a level where you have positioned yourself to be so unaware of your surroundings. Like, I just don't get it. Like, they're like, from the beginning, I was telling you, no matter who wins, it's going to be close. Even with Donald Trump winning, I don't even consider that like a blowout. Like, oh my goodness, overwhelmingly he won. Like, when it comes to the swing states, yeah, but I don't know, like, there's no way he actually believed those words coming out of his mouth. Like, you thought she was going to win overwhelmingly in 100 days, really? Stop.
Harris didn't win and win overwhelmingly.
I think Joe Biden's decision to step aside and pass the torch was the right decision. It gave us a chance to win. It didn't give us a guarantee. And I thought she could win. And I thought she could win in all the battleground states. But ultimately, what we saw both in this country and around the world was a very strong anti-incumbent wave that took out both progressives and conservatives. And our party became associated with the status quo. And that was too much to overcome. I think the principal issue is the economy. And over years and even decades, it's gotten more and more difficult for people working full-time to make a living. And until we resolve that challenge to the economy, we may find the presidency is easier to get than it is to keep.
You know, you talk about President Biden's role in all of this. Speaker Emerita Pelosi said that he actually should have stepped aside sooner, that could have made a significant difference in the outcome of this election. Do you agree with the Speaker Emerita?
Well, she has far better political instincts than I do. I think it's.
I just want to say, you're going to hear it here first. I do not care. The Democratic Party, DNC, the establishment, whoever is trying to switch ships now saying, oh, he should have stepped aside sooner. All of y'all are fake. All of y'all are fake. Y'all are fake, 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 fake. Because there was a group of us, I would say political content creators saying those things in the beginning, and we were being called divisive. We were calling, oh no, you're dividing the party, you're doing this, you're doing that. Just to be correct at the end of the day. Yikes. Yikes. Like, that is so frustrating to me. That is so frustrating to me, because not even frustrating in a sense of like, honestly, I could care less if you like want to hear us out or not, because if you choose not to, you're just going to continue to lose. Like we just saw this year, like you chose not to listen to the vast majority of your voters when 2/3 of left-leaning voters said from the get-go they didn't want Biden. You chose not to listen. You waited last minute and then you lost. So if you pull that stunt again, you're going to lose again. But that's neither here or there. My thing is this: the amount of money that the Democratic Party within this last year spent on consulting, spent on this, spent on that. But it's just like, how much money are you actually putting in the groundwork? The grassrooting, the advocacy, like the on ground, like that is where you are going to win at. That is how you stay grounded. That is how you stay in touch with reality. That is how you understand what the people want. There's no way you are putting enough money on the grounds to push a campaign around abortion. I am sorry, abortion was not the number one issue. If you thought abortion was a number one issue yourself, then you are out of touch. I am telling you, mothers, women out there, they're not thinking about access to abortion. The average mother, at least, the average woman out there, they are not thinking of that. They are thinking on how are they going to pay their bills? How are they going to keep a roof over their head? How are they going to pay for daycare? How are they going to afford groceries? How can they get a job? Like, not just a job, but a job that can provide them health care, a job that can provide them means to live comfortably, not paycheck to paycheck. Abortion is not in their mind. They're not waking up in the morning and be like, dang, am I going to have access to abortion? Like, I think it was only 19% of Americans who found that as a number one issue, and like 73% Americans found the economy the number one issue. What did Donald Trump do that VP Harris didn't? Donald Trump kept on honing in on abortion and immigration. The two leading issues that America felt like needed to be addressed. What did VP Harris do? Abortion this, abortion that. Twerk here, twerk there. Oh, Beyonce, like what? That's a different level of disrespect, if you ask me.
Difficult because had we gone to a competitive primary, for example, what would the results of that primary been? How ugly and divisive and chaotic would it have been? Very hard to tell in advance.
This is so annoying. Okay, y'all, this is the last time I'm going to pause it. I know y'all tired of me at this point, but no, this is so annoying because it's like if we went into a competitive primary, y'all literally bullied people behind closed doors for even primarying Joe Biden. Like, stop. Y'all are not it's all talk. It's generally all talk. And this is not even coming after Adam Schiff only. It's like a level of, I don't know if I would even label it as the DNC as a whole, maybe just an establishment thing, or I don't know what this mindset is, but it's like people are so desperate to say it's not my fault. It's not my fault. You played a role. Let's call a spade. Because when people were primarying Joe Biden, y'all literally, let's not get into that. Why did RFK Jr. drop out of the Democratic Party nomination and go into independency to run his campaign? Are y'all ready for that conversation, Democratic Party? Are y'all ready for that conversation, establishment, DNC, whatever you want to call yourselves? Like, it's so fake. All of this is such a facade. It is actually comical at this point. Like, I'm not joking.
But I do think the Democratic Party has to recognize the challenge we have, which is for too many millions of battleground voters, working people, they don't think we represent them. And we have to make that case anew.
But Senator-elect, do you
Duh.
believe that
I could've
President
told you
Biden
that.
bears some responsibility for staying in too long?
Look, I think the entire Democratic Party bears a responsibility, myself included, and the former president, and mounted an effective campaign, and you have to give him credit for that. But the challenge that we have is we need to put forward a bold vision for how we're going to move the economy forward, make the economy work for every American. To me, the existential question is, if you're working hard in America, can you still earn a good living? And too many people doubt that that's possible.
Honestly, shout out to him at the end for saying, like, for taking responsibility and not only putting it on Biden. I'll be the first to say it's not only on Biden. I'll be the first to say he is a big reason, but let's not forget about the mainstream media that was rallying around him saying, oh, if Biden feel like he can do another term, I stand behind him. Really? Really? Is that how we're measuring capabilities? Because he felt like he could do another term? Really? And I feel like I could fly across to that building right there. Does that mean I'm capable? Stop. That's the problem. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, within the Democratic Party, the main issue is these feelings. Sometimes it's not what we want to hear, it's what we need to hear. Period, point blank. Like, the Democratic Party has gone so out of touch, so much so that people, it's like we can literally sit here all day and cry and complain about what Donald Trump is and isn't, but at the end of the day, he not only won the electoral vote, he won the popular vote as well, with over 75 million different people voting for him. He did not vote for himself that many times. So with that being said, maybe the Democratic Party needs to take a step back and say, yo, the average American would rather have that than have me. Maybe something is wrong within me. What can I do to better resonate with the average American? Like, people are at the point, like, y'all, the fact that people felt the need that they had no choice but to vote for Trump because they felt like the current administration was that bad and that out of touch with what they were going through, that is not something to blame on the voter. I don't care what anybody says. These talks and these conversations, oh, if you voted for Donald Trump, I'm going to disassociate with you and this, that, and the third. How out of touch do you have to be to even say something like that? I know someone who voted for Bernie for a primary, voted for Joe Biden in 2020, and voted for Trump. They're not even a Trump supporter, but they felt like, hey, if it's between Trump and Biden, I feel like I'm going to get better results out of Trump than I am with Biden. And who am I to not blame them for that? I don't blame the voters. I don't even blame Donald Trump. Donald Trump and his campaign did what they needed to do. They won, clearly. Like, my thing is, the Democratic Party, you're saying he's all these things, but yet again, it's like, what are you doing to combat it? He can't be that bad, because it's like you're not even strategizing against it. You get what I'm saying? It's a level of frustration. I just think that for so long, the Democratic Party has been able to just not, I feel like for so long, the Democratic Party, since Donald Trump has been running, the Democratic Party has been getting away with not being Trump. Now that people are actually looking for something more substance, it's like, oh, whoa there. Don't you're asking a little bit too much. Let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I want to thank y'all all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. This is Udorak, connecting people with policy. Toodles.